my loves. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to sit and talk about this today because I've had this conversation a couple times this week, and if I'm having it with my peoples, maybe my peoples here as well, you guys are having some of those same feelings. So I wanted to sit and talk about comfort zones. I feel like that's something that really sneaks up on us, and we don't realize we're in a comfort zone until we're far down the rabbit hole. And if you're not sure if you are in a comfort zone, I just want you to think about some things. We're gonna go through it. So first of all, your comfort zone is a place where you feel like you perfected where you are and you're good. Like, you're squared away. Everything's fine. Everything's going okay. You know, you have conquered the hurdle that you have just jumped upon, right? So with that being said, I had came up actually with 4 questions to ask yourself to figure out if you are in your comfort zone right now. Because if you answer no to at least 2 of these questions, baby, you in a comfort zone. You are comfortable, which is not a bad thing, but I need you guys to realize that when you are in a comfort zone, whether it be your job, whether it be a relationship, or where you live, all those things, whatever you're thinking about, if you're comfortable, there's no room for growth. And we're all about growth. We're all about moving forward. It's one thing to fight for it. You get it and then you relish in it for a minute, but you got to move on to the next thing. There's always that next thing out there. So I'm going to list 4 things. And if you answer no to at least 2 of these, baby, you in a comfort zone. So let's get to it. The first one, does it give you excitement? Like, when you think about whatever it is, does it make you excited? Do you feel like there's just like this, I'm so excited to do this, or I'm excited to see what this is going to bring today, or what's going to be different about it? You know, kind of just that just unexpected feeling. If you're not excited about whatever it is, then odds are it's boring, it's mundane to you at this point, which means that you're comfortable. You already know what to expect, right? So that's number 1. Are you excited about whatever it is? Number 2, have you learned everything that you could learn about it in that moment? So, like, for instance, your job. Let's say you're at your job. The point of being at a job at some point is that you learn new things. You put it in your little bag of tricks and everything that you learn, and you keep learning things. There's no point in being somewhere that's not teaching you anything or pouring into you or giving you anything new. That's just boring and it's a waste of time. So number 2 is, are you learning anything from it? Can you gain anything else from it? Or do you feel like you've gotten all that you can in the situation that you're in? Number 3 kind of goes with number 1 a little bit, but does it present any challenges to you? Does it require you to think and keep moving and working forward to help you create more skills to put in your bag? So are there any challenges? Is it anything that you have to like push to have, you know? Because I kind of feel like nobody wants something that you don't have to, like, what did they say? Nothing worth having isn't worth working for. What's that saying, guys? Put in the comments below. What's that saying? But long story short, if it's free or if it's easy, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So the point is, does it bring any challenges to you, or is it just boring? Because if it's just boring, then you're not learning anything. It's not giving you anything. It's not serving you anymore. Versus if there's some challenges, there's something for you to overcome. There's something for you to recognize about yourself or what you need, because our needs change. Our needs change over time. You might just need the basics, and then after that you may need just a little bit more to make yourself feel better. So the point is it challenging you? And if it's not challenging you, baby, it might not be for you anymore. So that's number 3. Number 4. So all of these really tie in together, but does it give you a sense of purpose? You know, you want something that makes you feel good about what you do or what you're doing, and just in general, it gives you something. Who wants to do something that gives them nothing? Nobody. I don't want to work if I'm not getting paid. I don't want to work at a job that doesn't fulfill me. You know what I'm saying? So I think the fourth and final reason that ties into everything that we already talked about is, does it give you purpose? Even if you a waitress, I'm sorry I keep going back to jobs, but I think that's just because that is what a lot of people think of when they think about comfort zones. But for a job, like, even if you're a waitress, who cares? Does that give you a sense of purpose? Like being there for other people, because some waitresses suck, or, you know, like being the best you in that moment because it brings out elements that you need to bring out within yourself, like your own personal thing going on. So the point is, does it give you purpose? Does that relationship give you purpose? Does it make you feel like, you know what, this brings something out of me that normally I wouldn't have, and I love this quality about myself? Does it give you purpose? Okay, so at this point, I've already said, if you answer no to at least 2 of those questions, you in a comfort zone at this point. And I just want to say that I want to remind everyone that if you are in your comfort zone, there is no growth in your comfort zone. I'm going to give this analogy because it's funny enough. I was talking to a friend of mine and she had used this analogy and I was like, oh, you're a freaking genius. And then we were kind of like playing off of each other. But the point is, at the time, she was thinking about doing something new, taking a leap of faith. And I know, just like for most people, that it can be one of the most scariest things to do, is to kind of change things around, especially when you are comfortable and things are working for you, but you also don't feel fulfilled enough to stay. So the analogy kind of was, where you are in your comfort zone, that's your anchor. You know you're not going nowhere. Everything's fine. Everything works. You are good to go. The anchor is going to keep your ship from going and moving abroad or going somewhere else that you have no business going. And I said, I completely understand having the anchor. However, the anchor also stops you from going to that island that no one has discovered, or few people have discovered, or maybe the island that's your paradise. So even though the anchor can sometimes be a savior and hold you ground and hold you still, the problem is it's holding you still. There's so many things out there, especially when you're not being fulfilled just sitting with your anchor. Your anchor is heavy. It is holding you down. And at this point, when you want to drift off somewhere else, you can't, because you have that big butt anchor, which is your comfort zone, that you might just have to let go. So we actually talked about having a buoy instead. And I don't know if you guys know the difference between like an anchor and a buoy. I didn't even know. I had to look it up just to make sure that this worked. But even with the buoy, the point is, with a buoy, it's something that floats and it's able to create an anchor that holds it down, but it's also able to float in different directions and test waters and move around. And you want to have a buoy. You don't want to have an anchor, because with a buoy, the thing is, you can test other things. You can see what works. You know that your comfort zone is always going to be there. It's your comfort zone. You know it works. And most times, depending on the situation, you can always go back to that. But the point is, you need to venture out. The buoy, if you have the buoy, you can have other opportunities. You get a taste of other things that's out there. And not just that, with the buoy, the fact is, it still has an anchor. You can stop at any time. You can stop. Will you benefit if you stop? Probably not. But the point is, you can stop. I think the biggest part when it comes down to your comfort zone is with people. The scariest part of stepping out of your comfort zone is stepping out of the comfort zone. I don't know if you guys realize it, but just in general, think of anything in your life. The scariest part was stepping. After you stepped, you adapt. Give yourself like a month. You adapt. You know, us as humans, we adapt. Like, you think babies originally, they've been crawling all their life, they want to stand up and walk? Like, it's scary. And guess what? You might fall. The first step is the scariest. After that, we are adapting human beings. You will adapt. So do not be scared to step out of your comfort zone, because there's so many opportunities when you step out of your comfort zone. And you don't notice them until you do it. And just know that you can A, You can stop at any time and go backwards because your comfort zone, for the most part, is there. We know it works. But we want to see if there's something else out there that works. And the only way to do that is to step out. And if you need to get your buoy and throw your anchor down because, hold up, wait a minute, it's too much. This is too much. Throw your anchor down. You can do that. You are able to move forward and still be like, you know what? This is too much for me. Stop. And then get back and when you're ready. You don't have to switch up your whole life. You can do something small first. Do something small out of your comfort zone. So the point is, step out of your comfort zone. It is so important. And like all the successful people out there say is that you find no growth in sitting in the same spot. You don't. So if this is what any of you guys needed to hear, step out of your comfort zone. It is beneficial. And if not, you can always run back. We don't want you to run back, but you can always run back. So I thought that was really important to kind of say because you deserve a life that you wish to see. You deserve it. And there's so many people that have all those stories out there about how they stepped out of their comfort zone and they did something different. I ain't saying it's not going to be hard. Don't get me wrong in that. It's going to take work. But the point is, once you step out of your comfort zone, it's like, yo, what was I afraid of? You know, like moving out on your own. Even though it ain't fun. We got all these bills. Adulting sucks sometimes. But what were you really afraid of? I feel like the fear holds us back from doing so many things that we wanted to do. You know? It's funny, and I'm kind of going to leave it on this note, but I think it's really funny how we dream all the times of things that we want to do, but when the dream actually approaches us and gives us the opportunity to do it, we're like, wait a minute, hold up, do I want to do this? And it's like, girl, you've been dreaming about this forever. What are you talking about? Do you want to do it? Of course you want to do it, but it ain't like that, you know? We run away. Why are you running away? Step out of your comfort zone. Anyway, guys, definitely comment down below any of your thoughts, or if this is something that you have been struggling with lately. I really hope that I put into perspective a little bit for you to step out of your comfort zone, because it's such a freeing thing. I can honestly say within the last year, I've been stepping out of my comfort zone, and it is proving to be more worthwhile than I thought. And it made me think, why didn't I do this sooner? Like, I was crazy. What was I afraid of? Especially when you have a good support system behind you too, it definitely makes it helpful. But like, what are you afraid of? Okay, anyway, so make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching my video. Until next time.